Okay, thanks for being here today. What we're going to do today is have a look at the iRig HD2. Got a really great deal on it. You'll probably be able to find a good deal on it too if you look hard enough. It's different from the iRig 2 because the iRig 2 is analog only. The iRig HD2 is digital. So what that means is it takes in your line signal and it's got digital processing happening right on the device before it gets to your mobile recording. If you like home studio recording, mobile recording, let YouTube know as well by hitting the like button below. And if you'd like to subscribe, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You'll be notified of future videos. So without further ado, let's jump in and have a look at the IK Multimedia iRig HD2. Okay, so what I've done here is connected the iRig to the iPad, and I'm using GarageBand right now as the DAW to connect it with. The iRig HD2 is digital processing. Okay, so what that means is the iRig HD2 is going to have an onboard digital processor at 24-bit, 96 kilohertz. Now, before we get into the technical aspects of what that all means, basically what it's going to give you is a really high shelf for recording digital audio in your DAW. The iRig HD2, you can see it's USB powered. Okay, so this green light right here is letting me know that there's signal coming into it. And if I unplug the guitar cable, you'll notice it turned blue. Okay, so the blue light means it's got USB power going to it, so it's got power, it's good to go. You plug in your 1/4-inch guitar cable right into the guitar input there, and then on the side you've got a gain knob. Okay, so the gain knob right here moves pretty freely. It's not loose or anything. You're not going to knock it loose, so that's good. So that just adjusts the volume gain coming from your guitar going into your mobile device. In this case, it's going to be GarageBand on an iPad. Okay, and then you've got the headphone jack. It's an 1/8-inch, 3.5 millimeter jack that plugs into the top. And then you'll notice it's got a USB connector going to our iPad. Now, how I connected that, just to give you an idea, is I used this camera connector kit. Okay, so I'll put a link in the description below where you can pick one of these up, where you can pick this one up especially because it's always worked for me. And what it does is it's got a USB connection on it, and it's also got the lightning cable connection on it so that you can continue to have the iPad plugged in while you're doing whatever you're doing. What else with the iRig here? Well, the iRig 2 also has an amp output. Okay, so what would you use that for? Well, what you would use that for, and that's what this switch is on the side here. It says through and FX. Okay, so if I leave it on through, what's going to happen is the signal from my guitar, directly from my guitar, is going into the iRig, going into GarageBand, and it's also coming straight out the amp output without any processing. Okay, so if you've put it into GarageBand and you've got a couple of amps loaded up and you're digitally processing the signal into, say, I don't know, a lead guitar patch or something like that. The through, if you leave it on through, it's not going to send the processed signal after it's been processed in the DAW. It's just going to send the dry guitar signal coming straight from the guitar back out so that you can connect it to a real amplifier or a set of speakers, maybe, if you wanted to do that. Now, it is mono. It's not a stereo out. It's a mono output. Okay, so you can do that. Now, if you wanted to send your processed signal from GarageBand or Depth-Like or ToneBridge, whatever app you're using, you put some processing on it, you got a nice, really good tone happening there, and you want to send that to a pair of speakers, you can do that by switching this over to the FX side. And that's going to send your processed signal out of this output here. Okay, so it's a 1/4-inch output, and it'll send to an amp or a set of speakers, like I said, or a pedal chain if you wanted to send a dry signal into your pedal chain before going to your amp. So that's when you would have it on the through switch. Send your dry signal out to a pedal chain, and then you can also just record the dry signal guitar DI right into GarageBand or whatever DAW you're using. Now the volume switch on the side here, this volume is just to adjust the volume going out to your headphones. Okay, so if you're got a nice set of headphones, you want to get a little louder than what maybe your iPad is doing, you can actually use the volume adjustment right on the iRig instead of using the volume adjustment on your mobile device, which I think is an awesome feature. You don't have that on the iRig 2, but you do have the FX through and you do have the gain knob. So that is the rundown of the iRig HD2. Pretty much the only other thing we need to do is put it to the test in GarageBand. So what I did is I loaded up a couple drum loops. I set up a couple of guitars, a left and a right, and adjusted the tone between the two a little bit, recorded a couple of tracks. I also used the iRig 2 to record a bass guitar track as well, so it works on bass. In fact, I know it's got a guitar cymbal on it. The iRig 2, HD2, will take any line input signal from any instrument that has a line output. If you've got a keyboard, you can use that. So one instrument at a time, basically. So thank goodness for digital recording, making it easy. So let's move along here and we'll get to the audio and see what it sounds like. Okay, so basically what I did is just kind of mixed it a little bit. I put some compression on the guitars, I put some compression on the drums, and EQ'd a couple things. But without getting right into that, this is basically what it sounds like. Okay, that's pretty much it. So easy to record, super easy to use. GarageBand is free. You can use different apps within GarageBand. A really good one that I'm going to get a chance to speak with the team over at is Deplike. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check out that app. It's free. You get a few plugins and stock amps and stock cabinets and pedals to start out with. And then they have a full suite of different amps and pedals and tones and all kinds of stuff you can get for one-time purchase. So other than that, the iRig HD2 Really great device. I didn't have any problems with it at all. And I know it'll work really good for what you're using it for. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below. Recording interfaces, what are you using with your guitar recording or instrument recording for that matter? Put that in the comments below as well. With all that being said, thank you for being here. Keep making music.